ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to what is another edition here of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. You got Mikey V in the St. Patty's Day shirt here today, and Joey D making his way. Michael, you look massive in a good way. In a good
Thank
way.
you.
You look
Appreciate it.
absolutely fucking massive. You're
I've
back.
been on a serious grind.
Whoa.
I've been on a serious
Yeah.
grind since Lord Fauntleroy down there decided to call me out.
Some would say that I was the motivation you needed, Michael.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I like it. Did they send you that T-shirt as well, Mickey D's?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
these
a nice
guys are
shirt.
just
Nice
cut
shirt.
from- Look at
It's
the
great.
old
It's
school
great
50
shirt.
center. Bob, I got
Yeah.
one for you. I'll bring it to the course today.
You haven't
got a
been able
shirt?
to. You haven't been able.
Are
to
you
get
a
anything
large or a
50
medium,
cents
Bob?
years.
You're a
You got-
medium, right?
Oh, you got the shirt for me?
Yeah.
That's
Are you
awesome.
Are you
That's
medium?
awesome. I'm a large.
Okay, I got a large
Yeah,
too.
medium.
And then they
medium
sent
is-
Perez a triple X, so I got one for him. I got one for Jet. I got a bunch.
I just drove by. By the way, Joe, with the McDonald's, I thought you were saying that you got a gift card for us. And to be honest, and I really do appreciate that. I'd have a hard time using the gift card at McDonald's. I just think
you would.
Yeah,
By the way,
I don't know.
by the way, Bob,
No.
the
No,
gift
you
cards
would.
are the gift cards
You
are for
would.
the entire crew. And like I said to Perez, it's $300 worth of gift cards, and we'll probably use them in 2 goes.
Sure.
Like in 2 trips, they'll be gone.
That
Like,
$300.
We might even use it in New York.
That $300 gift card will evaporate in 2 sittings easily.
$6 $50
which
gift
is which is actually sickening. Which is
Okay.
it's actually sickening.
Well, when we do travel, there's like 5 of us given,
Well,
you know.
bring Mikey in because we got the New York trip. If you don't think there's a late night Mickey D's run,
Mikey likes a McDonald's breakfast more than anything.
I
know
do
he
like
does.
a every once in a while.
It really does.
It's a nice treat.
He kind of got me back on it because I like stopped. I wasn't a huge McDonald's breakfast guy. I liked it. I wasn't as big into the phases of other people. Mikey kind of got me back in, but like McDonald's sent me the fish fillet coupons. I would have an issue just giving the coupon. I think it's a little,
Why?
I don't know.
You know what you do, Bob?
I think
You know what
it's
you do? You
tacky.
put them in your car. Next time somebody's begging for money, you just hand them a coupon.
So you're gonna hand a panhandler a gift card to McDonald's? Is gonna be what you
You're
give
giving
him?
them food. You're making sure you're not going in and getting drugs.
You know what? It's fair.
My dad used to do that. My dad used to buy like the big sheets at like at Halloween. They'd have like a free small fries, free hamburger, free whatever, and he'd put them in his car. Whenever somebody would come up to the car asking for money, he would give them McDonald's like coupons. And then he knows that you're going to go and use it for food. They're not going to be putting it for something that can rot their mind or their soul.
I would.
One
you
of,
know,
one of the wilder things I've ever.
It's
I
going
think
to a good cause.
I think one of these days I would like to entertain the idea of Davy the Rocket DeMar
No, you'll never
making
get
an
him on.
appearance because
You'll never
I
get
would,
him on.
Now Dorothy
love
would
that also.
Dorothy would take the nod.
I think my mom would jump on. Yeah, I think my mom would jump on. She doesn't like the swearing, but she listens to everything. She would be on. But my dad,
I just think we might uncover several layers that we need to uncover.
Sure. Yeah.
To really get to the root of what genesis this man came from that's
So
sitting at this
Let me
podcast.
ask you this, Mikey. If you're sitting in front of Davy the Rocket DeMar right now,
Sure. Yeah.
okay. If you're in front of him, what do you ask? What do you ask Joe's dad?
I'd like to ask him, like, growing up, like, did Joe have a tendency to like exaggerate or stretch the truth? I wouldn't ask him
Right.
flat out if his son's a liar because that's not a.
oh, I lied like
to ask
crazy as a
dad.
kid. I lied like crazy as a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. It was one of my worst traits. I would lie all the time.
Do you think
And I
that-
would think,
Do you
what?
think you've grown out of that trait?
I'd like to think so. I was also scared shitless of my dad. I thought he would beat my ass. So a lot of the times I would lie to not get in trouble.
That was
So I'm-
like growing, like dad's just like, even if your dad, like my dad, like my mom would like, not in an abusive way, but my mom, like I was so big as a kid, like by the time I was like 13, 14, like she would whack me with like, she would just whack me and like it wouldn't do anything. Right. But I just like my father, like, and he
Oh, dude, my
never
dad
did
scared the
anything.
shit out of me.
He never like ever would ever even like hit me. Never. But like he didn't have to. If he even looked at me, I would just be
Oh.
so scared. I would automatically
It's
just
what
fall
society is
asleep.
missing nowadays is a fear of your parents
He was
and
a
like
scary
the
guy back
respect
then.
factor. My dad was 5'8" and he might as well have been 6'5". I was scared shitless.
My
of him.
dad was like 6'2", 290 with like a full beard. He was fucking scary, bro. He was like really, all he had to do was look at me the wrong way. And like I wouldn't even like think twice. I would just be like, all right, nah. Like I was just so deathly afraid of that, which never ever happened. But the prospect of it happening was so frightening to me that it would just set me on the correct and the straight and narrow. I just couldn't
Bob,
do it.
did you get punishments as a child, Bob?
Doesn't
I
seem
didn't.
like
Not a chance in hell he got punished.
I
I
didn't.
don't know if he was a
no
bad
way.
kid though, man. I just feel like Bob.
I'm sure
I don't
he would
know.
mess around.
I'm sure he had to have.
He's got ADHD. He's got that wild spree in him.
This
I'm
guy-
sure he'd
this
get
guy-
in trouble.
This guy.
I have it too,
continues-
Bob. It's okay.
He continues
I have it too.
to self-diagnose me in every
HIPAA.
single way.
That's a
from-
HIPAA.
Now,
That's
look,
a HIPAA
I would
violation.
he's not necessarily wrong.
That's
For an
HIPAA.
episode, I would pay for him to get an ADD or ADHD test, and I would guarantee that this young man has it with in spades. I have it too, Bob. It's not a bad thing. It's part of what makes you successful.
Yeah,
On
Bob,
another
your attention span is tough. man. I mean, we've talked about that ad nauseum. We don't need to go over that.
No,
again,
I
but
mean, look, I
yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I think that's why, like, if you ask my dad why I don't watch movies, he would say he couldn't sit still.
Wild.
Or read books.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll take that.
Not that I'm exactly like, Copernicus over here reading
Is-
tons of novels.
Is that
Sip
is
club.
that
That's a sip club.
is that
That's a
Sip
sip
Club?
Oh yeah, it is. Well, they
That's
sent
a
me
sip club.
they sent me an email the other day, Bob. I've saved $75 in coffee already.
Yeah.
I mean, that feels good.
yeah.
That feels good.
How
when
many
you know-
how many cups are you doing a day?
I'm doing one a day.
That's
I'm
it.
doing one. I'm
I
only
don't know
doing
if
one.
that's
We
taking
go.
full advantage, and you're still saving $75. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. What is
Think
it a
about
month?
$12. The first 2 months
Yeah,
is free. First 2
that's-
months is free, Michael.
Yeah, but even if you're paying the full 12, I mean, if you're a Monday through Friday working guy,
100%.
coffee drinker, I mean,
That's
that
20
pays for
cups of
itself in
coffee
week.
a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, it does. That's a great deal. I will give credit where credit's due, but it does remind me a lot of like that Seinfeld episode when Kramer gets burnt
Yeah.
by the cappuccino,
The
And
cafe
he-
lattes.
the cafe latte, and they were ready to settle for like 50 grand or something. And then
Free
they were
cafe
like, all
lattes
right,
for
here's
life."
the deal. We're going to give you free cafe lattes for life. Done. And he just cuts them off.
They're going to
before
give him
they
like
can
$1
give him the
million
money.
too.
Yeah.
Folks, we interrupt the Brilliant Dumb Show to let you know that the Brilliant Dumb Show is brought to you by the fine folks over at AG1. I'm telling you right now, Athletic Greens is the real deal. I take it every single morning. Every single morning, I'm suiting up with the one, the only Athletic Greens. It's just one scoop mixed in water once a day, every day. It makes me feel energized, helps your gut health, and does it all. Do the right thing. Knock down some AG1 today. You can't go wrong. If there's one product I had to recommend to elevate your health, it's AG1, and that's why I've partnered with them for so long. So if you want to take ownership of your health, start with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/dumb. That's drinkag1.com/dumb. You cannot go wrong. Start your day right. Take care of your health. Take ownership of your health with the fine folks over at AG1. Athletic Greens to the moon. Joe, I'm looking at that shirt. That shirt is getting nicer and nicer, man. That
Bob, I
thing-
got one.
shirt.
I'll bring it to the
Nice
course
shirt.
for you
Bro,
today, Bob.
that thing. Yo, so they sent Perez
And they have
one
this-
too.
They have a triple XL for Perez. They knew.
I was driving by every time I go to my garage at my place. We're in Jupiter now. Every time I go by, I have to pass Perez's place. So I was coming back this morning. I went out to go get a bagel, and I go back this morning.
No way he was up already.
He's got like 3-4 different like houses like right next to him, like townhouses right next to him. The other 4 townhouses, every single one of them were outside having a cup of coffee to some capacity, having a cup of coffee, light on, and then the lights are on in all the house. You drive by, and then there's one in the middle where the blinds are shut and everything's everything's closed. It was, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna have some fun with that. Like content wise, when Perez goes to walk the dog, I could watch him walk the dog from my
Oh
place.
my
That's
God.
It's gonna be really, really nice.
Bob went from ring cam to peephole.
Perez is gonna have the reputation of like people are gonna that don't know him in the neighborhood. They're gonna think he's like some kind of like tortured like poetry writer from the country. He's got like all the shutters drawn. And he's just struggling with his work. He's
Burning
got,
the midnight oil.
Your writers, guy's got writer's block. He just can't get it out. That's just wild.
Perez's knowledge is so vast. He might be one of the greatest writers of our time. We don't even know
If
it.
he tried it, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that past him either.
What a fascinating individual, man.
How was Grimaldi's last night, by the way? Did it hit?
You know, we
You went
didn't.
to Grimaldi's.
They all went to Grimaldi's. I got the late call.
No, believe it or not, at the last minute, somebody bailed, which unraveled the whole thing. And I gotta call him
Who
out.
bailed? Ticket?
Who do you think?
Jet.
No.
Ticket.
Ticket is
Oh, the tick's been bailing a lot.
He
dude.
does,
You know, bait and switch.
Look, man, I would never. My biggest pet peeve is when you say you don't want to do something or hey, I'm not going out, whatever. When somebody then presses you, like, oh, come on, go out. So I'll never. As soon as you say to me, hey, I'm out. I back. Joe, you actually do a really good job of that. You don't press.
I've learned it's not worth it. I tried early on. You'd get very upset, and I know. Let sleeping dogs lie now.
With that being said, there's a lot of times that Ticket will commit to and then pull shoe, and he's been doing it a lot lately.
Yankee game.
Yankee game.
He did pull out
the Yankee game.
Yeah,
I mean, that was very well documented. He made
and
it
he gave you
shit. A whole thing about how I didn't invite him.
If you think Mikey hasn't forgotten about that, you are mistaken.
I mean, there's an old saying: I'll forgive, but I'll never forget.
Sure.
Mikey, don't forget.
Oh, he doesn't. No.
What does that mean, Bob? What does that mean?
This guy would forget what happened in grade 2.
Yeah,
you wronged this guy in grade 2. He'd hold it against you.
You're a very you got a lot of Perez in you in the sense of you just know you're working with a very calculated guy that remembers a lot of what takes
devious.
What
I'm definitely not devious. My intentions are always very transparent and odd. I don't have malintention. I don't.
What I'm saying when I say devious is if there's a way that you can get back at a wrongdoing.
No. Now I may be one of the most covertly gifted trolls on the face of the planet. That's very true. Like I could concoct a troll job that people will swear was like it really is. It's very good.
That's what I'm saying.
Very good. Very good.
I can't wait.
Never with bad intention. Never.
I can't wait for NFL free agency to be over. So Mikey's Twitter during NFL free agent series.
Twitter's blowing up nice, Bob.
Oh my God, man.
I went to go get a Twitter. I saw this guy's activity. I said, I'm better off without.
Well, to be fair, I am never like this. This is the only time of the year where I'm that active on there because
Mikey.
Mikey,
Bears season.
Yeah.
The season when the Bears are playing.
Guys, I think that I need to say this because I still, maybe you guys just don't get it, right? You guys, before I met you guys, right? Joe, you were doing whatever the fuck it was, serving 24-karat gold wrapped tomahawk steaks in Hollywood, whatever. Bob was, carrying soap at the hotel, whatever. He was doing.
What is
so now?
that?
But wait. And when we finally came together and met, Bob, you know that I had an established following just because of football content. That's not like a made up story or anything.
Evolved,
like that.
though, Michael.
It did, but I still go back to my roots, dog. I know where I made my bones, and I'm not going to just forget about that. Like, that would be crazy. That would be like
you were an only subless, non-comedic.
They didn't have any of that stuff, though. They didn't have, what did he say? Non-what?
Non-comedic. Only
You've evolved.
No, because so
You've
when
you were like the first stage Pokemon. Now you're like the third stage evolution.
Like a Charizard.
Yeah, you're Charizard now. You don't want to go back to being a chameleon.
No, it's not that. But here's the thing: is like
Charmander.
like when I first started my page is like all I did was just post pictures and videos and just only bear stuff. And then
That
COVID
sounds
hit.
awful.
It was terrible. And then COVID, but I did gain like a very decent following. Like I was legitimately the biggest Bears like fan page on Instagram, the largest follow. But then like once I started getting involved with
By the
Alex
way,
Brown and started
it's
doing
like-
the show,
It's
it
like
was
a
like
benefit of
it evolved into like I finally put my face in front of my socials, which I had never done for like 5 years. I had those pages for 5 years where no one even knew who I was. I never had my face.
I find that hard to believe.
Joe, I swear to God, dude. I swear on
Joe,
my kids.
You ever
I
go
swear on my
down? You ever
kids.
go down the shore and all the pancake houses say they're they were voted the number one pancake house in LBI?
Yeah, that is so outrageous. Bob.
That's like him with Bears news.
Pancake house of all
Yeah.
time.
It was the
Voted.
largest confirmed.
Voted
It was
the number one
in
pancake
fact,
in
it's
Long Beach
unanimous.
Island.
Still may be. World's greatest cup of coffee.
You know
Like
what
an
he'll
elf.
do though? He's the classic, like I told you so guy though on Twitter. Like if somebody like puts like Justin Fields possibly going to the
Well,
Packers.
the Justin Fields thing is a big saga right now, right? And people don't want to believe that this source that I have, who, by the way, now we're almost 2 weeks through, and people are losing their collective minds because you've never seen a quarterback carousel like this in the NFL. I mean, I've never seen 10 quarterbacks move teams like this in one offseason. It's insane. Happened yesterday. Your boy, who, by the way, you may have jinxed. He's out of Pittsburgh now. Kenny Pickett got moved to Philadelphia.
Yeah, that
that could be your guy's fault. And
No,
I'm like,
whoa,
this needs to hand up
whoa.
accountability.
Whoa, no,
How is it our fault?
Tell you something, man. We have Kenny Pickett is a dear friend of the pod. There's few
I know
guys
he
that we
is.
have in our
I know.
corner
I go
like
to
that.
war for Kenny. I really would.
you
No, I
think
think
Kenny-
my dad got the
Here's-
short end of the stick with that, and I went
Oh,
hand
definitely
up
did.
there.
He definitely did.
Oh,
He
I
definitely
Bob got
did.
buried in the
He
comments.
definitely did.
I was reading every comment. I was loving life.
Serious question though. Do you think that Kenny is better off in Philadelphia, or was he better off where he was?
I guarantee you'll see him play at some point this year.
I agree. I think there's a better chance that he does play only because of the style in which Hurts plays.
Hurts is going to get hurt, and then Pickett.
That's what I mean. Like,
and he's going to have an abundance of riches.
I'm not wishing Hurts to get hurt. I think Jalen Hurts I like Jalen Hurts a lot, like as a player and as like a guy off the field. He seems like a good guy, but like I just think that Kenny's opportunity may come faster than it would have in Pittsburgh. But I don't know.
By the way, I think Saquon Barkley is going to rush for 1 billion yards. He hasn't seen holes like he's going to see in New
Somebody
York.
put a screenshot up of like DeAndre Swift last year running through a hole that was like, it looked like wider than a field goal post.
Saquon
Yeah,
has Saquon. If you
I mean, that's the
watch
best line in
games-
football every year. Now, no Jason Kelsey though. No
Yeah.
Jason
Kelsey
Kelsey
sounds
is
like
a
he wants to
big-
come back after hearing Saquon came to the team.
Yeah, dog.
Hear him
But
talk?
if you watch the game, like if you watch Saquon's games, another friend of the program, by the way, so we would watch a lot of the Giants games. He never, by the time he got the ball, he was getting hit. And there's only so much you can do.
That's correct.
You know what I mean? To where like once he gets the ball, now you give that guy a little bit of room. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Bob, all politics aside, will you be upset if Aaron Rodgers goes on the VP ticket for Robert Kennedy and runs for vice president and ditches the Jets for a vice president?
That would be the all-time hoax.
Only the fucking Jets could that happen to. Only the Jets that could happen to. Now, I don't think, there's no chance it happens. At least I don't think there's any chance it happens. But even the fact that it was a real story for like a day or two is disgusting.
I saw that. It was insane.
It's everything but football for him. It's everything but
It
football.
is psychedelics, politics,
Yeah.
anything but football.
You know what's going to happen,
Witchcraft.
Because I'm kind of in that zone now where
Get the fuck out of here. Witchcraft. Imagine Aaron Rodgers with
He
this.
dated that one girl he dated was a confirmed witch. At least she thought she was. She called herself a witch. It's insane, bro. All right, go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
No. You're good. By the way, young Jamie told a story of when Aaron Rodgers came into the Joe Rogan show, and when we were golfing with him, he was telling us, and Danica Patrick came in. And I think Danica Patrick was. I hope I don't get this wrong.
Right? They were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were dating. So Danica Patrick came in to come on the show, and Rogers came in with her, and Rogers is just like sitting there, like watching. You could tell he's like a fan of Joe, and he just like turns to young Jamie. He's like, you think Joe would ever have me on?" And young Jamie's like, he's like, I don't know, man. Joe doesn't really know football. But fuck, what was I gonna say? What's gonna happen, Mikey, is
Go ahead.
the Jets now are expected to be good, which
They got their franchise. They got their left tackle last night.
I know.
I
that
hope
was
they get
huge.
T. Higgins for you, Bob.
And by the way, they're probably
Yeah,
going
they
to
need
get
a line.
another O lineman in the
Yes.
draft as well.
Yes.
So the
Yes.
line, if Becton can finally stay healthy, they should have a really good line now. They have
Yes.
everything.
Wow.
Yes.
So
Yes.
It's all coming together for you,
nah,
Bobby.
see,
It
he knows
is.
what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
It's all you.
Why would
Yeah.
you do that?
He knows what he's doing, man.
I got to tell you, Joe. Your mush abilities really are otherworldly at times. They are, Joe.
Give me a
He
break.
knows what he's
Because
doing,
mush,
man.
what do you mean mush ability? I
He-
actually want Aaron Rodgers to play well. I want Bob to be successful.
Okay. All right.
You're good about the Yankees. You're good about the Yankees with.
Yeah,
By
I
the
don't
way,
mush.
By the way, the season is over.
season's done.
Well, it's not
Okay.
confirmed Tommy John.
It's not going to
Season's
be
done.
Tommy John's, but it might even be. It's like they don't even know what's wrong with him. It may be 1 to 2 months minimally. It's not good. It's not
By the
good.
way,
He's
who
going
the
to
fuck
come back.
was Tommy John?
Oh, by the way, I met Tommy John.
What?
He's an old. Yeah, he's an old pitcher. He's still
This
alive.
guy.
No, listen to this. You want to? All right. You want to hear this?
I want to hear. I want to hear.
Okay. Okay. So, my one close friend who you've met, my friend Maury. I don't know if you remember him, Anthony. He was on the Yankee trip. Shorter guy, bald. His father's the one who owns a lot of the wedding venues in New Jersey, like the big wedding venues in Jersey. They have an event at one of his wedding venues every year, and it's like a benefit dinner, and they have a guest speaker every year. They've had Bob Costas. They've had like big time sports guys. The one year that I went, it was kind of like, well, who's the guest speaker? It was Tommy John. And it was the guy who was named after the Tommy John surgery. He was a baseball pitcher who, he was the first guy who had that type of surgery done to repair his elbow. And that is how they call it Tommy John surgery.
That's kind
And
of a
I met him.
shitty way to be remembered.
Yeah,
It
it is. And I
is.
got to tell
It
you,
is.
it was a disappointing special guest speaker. But at the same time, it kind of is like one of those situations where if ever Tommy John comes up in conversation, I could be like, hey, I met Tommy John.
Yeah, that's actually
That's
kinda cool.
Bob, that's the night that I met oh my
John
God,
Sterling.
what's his name? John Sterling, right?
John
exactly.
Sterling could have been the guest speaker. That's a great guest speaker.
That was my thought. Also, I'm like John Sterling, a little more than Tommy John. But anyway,
that would be great. By the way, he's one of the worst all-time announcers, play-by-play announcers there is, but that's what makes him the best.
I think he's I mean, he's great.
Why is he
That's
so
what
bad?
makes him. He's just so bad. He just can't get a call right. He thinks balls are home runs when they're not.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Oh,
That
it's
It is high. It is far. It is. It's a can of corn to second base.
Yeah.
He's at second base there.
Terrible.
That's
He's
a put
terrible.
out.
But yeah, that's what makes him so great. All right, fellas. Well, let's head on. Joey D's got his hand up. Joey D, take it
Before
away.
we go to buy or sell, I have to ask, do we have, Michael, a confirmed dinner spot on the docket for this week?
No, we
New
don't.
York?
Every time I bring it up, the
Come
conversation
on, Mikey. I
pivots
thought
to
you were
something
taking
else.
care
That
of this,
is
dude. That
your-
was your
Wait,
responsibility.
whoa,
It is.
whoa.
That is.
That's your
that is.
responsibility.
Okay, well,
Responsibility.
here's the parameters. Does it
Thursday night,
Okay, Thursday night. Does it have to be in the city or can it be in New Jersey?
wherever.
I wouldn't say wherever because we want to make sure that it's close, at least somewhat close by to where we
Well,
are.
it
How
would
about
be
the
by-
Bronx?
It wouldn't be
I got
farther than it
no
wouldn't be far.
problem.
I would love to go to that place, Joe, because I've never been there, and you have the connections to go there.
Where
Which
does
one?
he have the connections to?
Carbone?
Oh, well, no. Bob kind of fucked it up now.
Did he?
What the fuck do you mean I fucked it up?
I talked to Cuz. You messed it all up. He had set it up in Vegas for Bob. He had set up a dinner for him, his dad, and Jason.
That was bad.
At
No, it wasn't
Carbone.
Jason. It wasn't
He
Jason.
pulled, or well, whatever. He
Yeah,
pulled
but-
the strings, and Bob bailed last second. And apparently the Carbone connection was very upset. Now I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to fucking grovel on my hands and knees to hopefully get us
fuck
back.
off.
This guy
Fuck
really
outta here.
banged all of our.
He's gonna be like this outside of Carbone's. Penne vodka for your thoughts,
And
sir?
he's
Penne
gonna get
vodka for
a
your thoughts?
fucking fish fillet stamp if he.
Yeah, I'd show up
man,
with the
that's
McDonald's
tough.
coupons for the manager.
That is all right. Fuck
I'll tell you
Carbone
what,
then.
and I'll know-
Respectfully.
Well, no, I
Respectfully.
mean, maybe we could do. I mean, that's by the way, how many people are we talking?
You know
Well,
what?
here's the thing. Well, it's going to be the three of us: Perez, Ticket, and Jet. No?
The Carbone. Well, Ticket's gonna bail, so you can take Ticket out.
Well, we'll say a six top, right?
wanna-
We'll say six.
I almost
But
wanna
What's
here's
call-
the
another
thing.
option though?
Are we gonna do are we gonna do a steakhouse, or do you want to just do like, because steakhouse there's a billion to choose from in the city, like a billion. We could do Peter Luger's. We could do
Peter Luger's
Matt-
would be fun.
Isn't that supposed to be a really good spot?
Yeah,
it's
some people say that it's
very
lost its
well
fastball.
known. Yes, that's correct. It's one of the most famous, if not the most famous. But a lot of people do say, number one, you got to pay cash. They don't take card.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
That cannot be a thing this time.
You know what?
It is,
I
it is,
don't.
it
I
is.
respect the old school.
It is.
I don't hate it. I mean, for steakhouses, it's tough.
You're in the
'cause it's a lot.
2024, Bob. They should be taking.
They don't
I
care.
mean, that is outrageous.
I
Well,
will say
this is going to be too long of a discussion to have on air because it's going to.
about the Carbone thing. That was tough. That was.
I mean, did you
I
at least
felt very
apologize?
bad.
You put the hand up.
Come on, Joe. Come on. You know I apologize. No question about it. It was a guy who helped get the UFC tickets. The guy who actually introduced me to Dana.
I want to go to
And
Cat's
joining.
Delicatessen too, by the way. I want to do a sandwich there.
It's a great
Well,
spot.
yeah, well, that's good for your sandwich show, but that's gonna sink you for the whole day. Just FYI,
Let's
Why
see
sink me for the whole day?
because they're gigantic.
Well, I don't need to finish the whole sandwich, Michael.
Well, that's fine. You won't be able to. I mean, you would be able to, but then you wouldn't eat for the rest of the day.
Should I call a ticket out for Balin?
I think you should.
I just want to make
I
sure.
doubt you'll get them at this time.
Joey D,
Yeah.
you know what I would love to entertain?
What?
I'd love to call back that Johnny Manziel number at some point.
No, you know what it
I'm-
is? I will
I'm
put
gonna-
I will put my
Yeah.
hand up. I'll put my hand up right now. He gave me that number like years ago in LA when I met him at Delilah. And I'm sure that the number has changed now.
For
I will show you. I will show you though.
But Joe-
that, like,
but Joe,
I have
no,
a regular discussion with him.
No, I know.
On
no
DMs,
one's doubting.
But Joe,
But I
when
think people were thinking that like he gave me a false number. That's not the case.
Well-
I met him so long ago in LA that number has absolutely changed.
But it's weird that the guy that picked up said Johnny is sleeping right now.
I don't think he said that. I don't think he spoke English, Bob. I think he said something sleeping.
I think he said, yeah, I think he just said he was like,
Yeah, I think I sleep.
sleeping.
I think he said I sleeping
sleeping.
now. I sleeping.
sleeping.
Oh, is that what that was?
I don't think he spoke
think it was an
English,
I
Bob. It
sleeping.
was not. So like people called me out and understandably so. But I will say that when he gave me the number, it was like 2019, Bob, and it was in LA. It was years
Nice guy.
ago.
Was that the nice guy? No.
It was at Delilah for Saquon's birthday. I was there.
Delilah.
I'd love to hear that number again and just say you're.
I'm
asking
not
for
doing
Johnny.
that. That's not John.
Joe, I know. Give him a call, Joe. Give him a call.
I'm not giving him a call.
Joe, give him a call. Tell him you're looking for Johnny football. Tell him you're looking for Johnny football, and then talk
You are
about that.
truly one of the
I didn't
sickest.
say I'm a showman. I'm a showman. I'm a
This
showman.
guy is.
I'm a showman.
Serious issues. Serious
Mikey,
issues.
do you want
man.
ticket or Johnny football?
I would like Ticket to have the
All right,
the
yeah.
dialogue.
I'm greedy. I'd like both.
Well, you can't get everything you want in life, Mikey.
Sure, believe me, I know.
Bears winning.
He's got to
franchise.
stop bailing, man. It's been a lot of times.
He's not going to answer. He's asleep for sure.
No,
Bob.
he's up early. Tick,
Oh, Ted!
you're live on the
You
Brilliant.
got to turn it up, Bob.
Oh boy. All right. How we doing?
You're on a little bit of the hot seat.
Okay.
First off, we're
lose
discussing
his
dinner in New York, and I think we're setting it all up. Mikey's trying to lock in the reservation. Joey's trying to pull his strings a little bit. The issue we have is you've had a tendency to really bail a lot of times. And I don't mind if the initial answer is no, I can't make it. It's when it's leading up to kickoff and then you pull shoots.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to see if you take responsibility for that and if you will be there for dinner.
I mean, listen, I get very excited at the thought of hanging out, going to dinner, And then as it creeps closer, I start thinking, boy, but the bed would be nice.
Yeah, see, yeah.
The bed would be fantastic. Maybe a little in-room dining.
You
maybe
Tick, you can't live your whole career as a game time decision.
and then I have to call you.
Mikey says you can't live your whole career as a game time decision, though.
And you know what? He's right. He's 100%.
Okay, so
Easy tickets a good man.
are we going hand up here?
And it's a hand. I know that about myself.
Okay. Now I feel bad.
That's good. That's good.
He really took it good.
Tell him we'll count him in for the reservation. He comes. He comes. He
Okay,
doesn't.
Mikey says we're gonna.
And enough is enough.
Mikey says we're gonna count you in for the reservation, and if you want to bail, you can bail.
Tell him to get me a ticket for the Yankee game too.
See? You see?
Thanks, Bobby.
Oh,
That's good.
He's good, man. He
That's
has
real
gotten progressively. It's always been in him. He has gotten funnier and funnier and funnier.
Oh no,
as
he's funny.
He really is, man.
I think it's funny.
All right, fellas, let's go on into our buy or sell segment of the show. By the way, Cuzzy, if you are listening, I'm sorry about the Carbone thing. I do feel very, very bad about that.
Expect a call from Bob for Carbone.
We're gonna start. That would be nice. We're gonna start with Joey Diesel for the buy or sell segment. Joey D, take it away.
I have had some sells on this show, and some good, some not so good. I legitimately think this is low key one of the best sells I've ever had. And I think anyone and everyone who's been in this situation can literally just relate to what I'm going to say now. I am selling, and Bob, this is something we talked about just this past trip. I am selling the VIP bracelets that they're using now for any kind of show or attendance or sporting event. They're these they are these cloth bracelets that they put around your wrist, and it has a little strap that encloses. And there's a little magnetic stripe thing that you put on when you walk in, so it literally shows whether or not you've gone in. These fucking things are the most impossible bracelets to remove of all time, to the point where you need scissors, you need a knife, you need some kind of tool to remove this thing off. And I think they do that so that you don't go out and give it to somebody else to come back into the event. That is bullshit. With the technology they've got nowadays and with the magnetic stripe, there is no need for this thing to be hanging on to my fucking wrist for 2 to 3 days. Bob, you know this. Ticket was complaining about this in a restaurant. He couldn't take the thing off. Why is you guys looking at me like that?
You know what you do, Joe? Go general admission then. Don't deal with the bracelets.
I want to see it.
Buy
At this
yourself
point,
a
I might, Bob.
ticket.
At this point, I might.
Next week,
because
next
these
week,
bracelets
next
are
week's
getting
sell
out
is
of
going to be
control.
General admission.
Next week's sell is going to be how the Rolex watch band pinches your skin when you move your wrist
Do
that
that.
way.
Don't do that. I am wildly being overstated now. That is ridiculous. I'm talking about, everybody has experienced it. If you haven't experienced it, well, then I don't know what to say. It's just the cloth bracelets that they put on at these sporting events, concerts, different things. They need to be better. Bob, you agreed with us.
It's like him. What did he sell? We sell the thing that clearly showed you have a luxury
Traffic.
car. No.
That's not a luxury car, Bob. It's on any vehicle. It's the engine.
The automatic start and
Yeah.
It's not a luxury vehicle. By the way, it got a lot of support on that. If you would go back
I'm
and
going to
look.
go ahead and sell air-conditioned seats in the car. Sometimes it makes you feel like you pissed yourself, Bob, and that's not comfortable for anybody. Joe, I do get the sell though. Wristbands in general, I would
They're
say
ridiculous,
any wristband,
man.
Any
Come
wristband.
on.
I would have just said any wristband.
I'm just talking about these.
But I know what you're talking
ones,
about.
and they use it. They use it at everything. It's all the things now. They use the same style. They have a clasp and they close it. And I think that the cloth, it feels nicer than those original, the kind of paper ones that they used to give. But you can't take it off. It's
Ticket busted my balls because we were in Jacksonville 2 days after the UFC, and I had the UFC one on, and he said to me,
couldn't take it off.
He's like, all right, Bob. He's like, I get it. You went to the UFC. And I was like, all right. I was like, all right, I'll take it off.
That is great.
By the way, Bob, did you have to cut it off?
I sure did.
I had to take, you know what I did for mine for the UFC one, Bob? I went back, I had to take my toenail clipper with the little piercing thing, and I was trying to cut through it because I didn't have any utensils.
What about a
Mikey.
scissor? What did you
I didn't have scissors,
You
Michael.
don't have a knife? You don't have a
I
knife?
had to call room service to ask for a knife.
You called the room service to ask for the knife, Joe?
Ask for a set of utensils. I gave her a $5 tip. So
Oh.
essentially, I mean, I couldn't get it
This-
off,
this-
Bob. I
this
couldn't get it
segment-
off.
This segment is fucking derailed, bro.
This guy is
It is
unbelievable.
derailed.
Michael, I
I
couldn't
called
take.
room service.
Yeah,
I
that's-
asked them to deliver a knife,
Joe, that's
Or
and I
$5.
paid the girl $5.
Sure.
To
Go
bring
to
me a
her.
knife.
Sure.
maybe just go down to the front desk though.
Bobby, it was late at night. It was 2:30 in the morning. I didn't want to call.
That makes it even worse.
That is
You
so-
called room service at 2:30 in the
at
morning.
2:30. What do you even care anymore? Why don't you just like I'll deal with it in the morning?
I actually asked for a bottle of water and a knife, so it was like it wasn't just a knife.
All right, that's
A
better.
bottle of water and a knife. They must have been like at 2:30 in the morning. This guy's gonna fucking off himself. Bottle of water and a knife. What the fuck?
And by the way,
wild.
I said I need a sharp knife, like a steak knife. They did have a couple questions for me.
Did they really?
They're just like, you just want a knife? I'm like, yeah, steak knife. They're like, do you want to order a steak with your knife? I'm like, no.
No, just the knife. Hold the steak.
Well, now if they listen to the Brittle and Dumb show, they'll understand why I needed a sharp
That's
utensil.
true. That's true. That's true.
All right, Mikey V, take it away.
I don't know. I can't top that one, man.
No, you can't.
No.
That's a great sell.
It's a good sell, yeah. Interesting for sure. I'm gonna sell this week also. I gotta sell this. I've been selling it all week. Monday morning, woke up, cracking the windshield of my new car. Very upsetting. Never happened to me.
No.
Never happened to me before. Rock hit the windshield, I guess, when I was driving. Didn't seem to be an issue until the next morning. I guess maybe the weather fucking exacerbated the fucking crack. Woke up and, the first thing you think when you got a crack in your windshield like a sucker is you just remember that stupid Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace jingle. And that was
Yeah.
that was the first phone call I made, and things seemed to be going okay at first. But let me tell you something, this Safe Light, man, they're no good. These people are no
Mikey, you
good
always
over
have
at
an
Safe
issue
Light.
with any of these guys.
They're no
Did you
good,
sell
man.
Jiffy Lube too?
No, that wasn't me. I didn't. That was Nikki Smiggs was selling Jiffy Lube. I never. I don't know nothing about you. Or Jersey Jerry was selling Jiffy Lube. I never.
Oh,
It's a great video. It's a great video.
Yeah. But anyway, Safe Light. Long story short, they didn't have an appointment to replace my window for at least a week. Which, if you know, the crack gets worse and worse the more you drive the car. So that was an issue. I checked every location around me. There's at least 6 or 7. None of them had an appointment for a week. Okay, fine. I make an appointment to drive a half hour into New York State because I'm like, I got to get this address. She drives the kids in the car. Okay. They gave me a price for the windshield replacement. I was ready to pay it. I was ready to pay it though. That's neither here nor there. I was ready to go. And then I talked to somebody and they're like, is that, aftermarket glass or is that factory? It's called OEM glass. And they were like, I called Safe Light. Oh, no, that's just aftermarket glass. We can't get you OEM glass for that price. And we can't get it right now. We don't have any in stock. I said, okay. Now, mind you, you can't make an appointment on the phone. Everything has to be done online. It's all phone bots. You can't talk to a human being.
Oh, that's the
Impossible.
worst.
The worst. So finally, after 40 minutes on the phone with Safe Light, I finally get to the shop that I was supposed to go to. No, we don't have that. We'd have to order it, blah, blah, blah. I call another place. The other place, the next town over for me in Jersey, OEM glass, $150 cheaper than Safe Light. Safe Light is one of the biggest. You know why? Here's the point. I'm going to tie it all together. They are completely and totally only in business because of that jingle. Remember we did top
A good
5
jingle
jingles?
goes a long way.
Repair, Safe Light Repair. Yeah.
If it wasn't for that jingle, they would be chapter 11 under. They would be under.
That
They
is
wouldn't have a business.
wild
No, I'm telling you.
accusation.
Let me ask you a question. If you broke your windshield or something, that would be the first place you think of because of that fucking stupid jingle. The jingle goes a long way. That's the point. But I am I'm buying the jingle. Great jingle.
Great
No
jingle.
dispute over the jingle. But the company itself is complete dog water.
I don't like
Dog
how businesses
water.
are getting away from the jingle
The
nowadays.
two,
We need
Yeah,
more
they
good
should
get back-
jingles.
You know, it's
Yeah.
a good Limu Emu is a good that insurance.
Limu, emu.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good
you
one.
know,
It's a good one.
By Menon.
the
That's
two
another good one.
places, like the two places where like they're known no matter what you go into, when you go in there, they're gonna be a dick to you is the DMV. You know, they're gonna be a dick.
Oh,
then
the worst.
If you do go into like a Jiffy Lube or something like that, they're gonna be a dick to you because they know that you don't know what you're talking about, and
That's
they
right.
know
What's
that
any mechanic on the face of the earth, Bob?
Yeah, there's some good solo ones, the independent ones.
gotta get the
that
That's
old
right.
mom and pop
That's-
ones.
That's where I go.
Yes.
When you go to a chain place, a mega chain place like that, they know that you don't have a guy, right?
Correct.
You don't have a guy. When you walk into a Jiffy Lube, you're telling them, I don't have an oil guy. I don't have a car guy. When you go into a Safe Light Repair, they know you don't have a glass guy. I have a glass guy. Anybody needs windshield replacement,
This guy.
state of New Jersey or New York metropolitan area, I have your guy.
This guy.
Cheap-
free
They do
promo.
though.
Cheap- Cheaper than
That's
Safe
true.
Light and better quality glass.
They know you don't have a guy, and they know that you need them, and you probably don't know what you're talking about. And
That's correct.
they tend to treat you. But find an independent, find your guy. Once you find your guy, there's a lot of good guys out there, not at the corporate level. I'm going corporate for my buy or sell. But this is good. This is a food buy. I was
Okay.
shocked at how good the food was, but they need to find a new way to market to get people in the door because there's a stigma about it. We were driving home from Jacksonville and Perez pulls off to an exit because we wanted to get something to eat. It's like a 4-hour drive. He said there's a Hooters right there. So Perez is like, let's go into Hooters.
I said this when we were in Daytona. We should have went to Hooters.
I'd never been in there before. I thought it was something totally different. It's just like a sports bar.
Yes,
But
yes.
they need
I know, but there's a stigma about
Yeah,
it.
you
There
think
is.
people say
There
people
is.
think
It's
you
like
go
you're
to-
going into a strip
people-
club. I was
People
like,
think
I
you
don't
go to
know,
Hooters,
guys.
you're walking into a brothel. That's
I
not,
know,
that's not
and
the
I
case.
was very weary about it. I thought you were going to just be bombarded. It was very
No.
casual. It
No,
was
yes.
not.
But there is that stigma about it to where like if you have kids, the thought of going when you
Oh,
say
no.
forget about it, when you say you're going to Hooters, you think you're like going to a strip club right now, whether that's true
Yeah,
or
that's
not, which is
absurd.
not. That's the
absurd.
way
He's
that
right. He's
Yeah,
right.
even me,
No,
I
no,
was
he
like,
is. He is.
I was tired. I didn't want to go. When you're tired, you don't want to go to a strip club, you know, like I that's what I thought that it was kind of. I didn't really want to go and deal with it. But then you go there, their wings are unbelievable. It's not a strip club. They just got to find a new way to market.
It was kind of like an elevated Chili's.
Yeah. Yeah. Better food.
Listen,
The wings were very good.
Wings were
Hooters
great.
Hooters wings hit. They just do. They
Yeah.
just do. It's just hard to find one. But if you want to go to a place and just rip down wings and beer, that's probably the best place to go.
For sure. For sure. But I do think then you got some jerk offs that go in there and treat it
Oh,
like it
for
is.
expecting other shit. Yeah.
Like-
That's 100%.
Yeah, but that's kind of the stigma that they've given off over the years.
Correct. They got to find a new way to market.
They need a new business proposal.
Do you know how much those servers probably are so tired of some of these guys coming in and like hitting on them, asking for the number and stuff like that? Like, I mean, but the food is great. Like, I would love to go to Hooters and get some wings, but it's if I say, oh, I'm going to Hooters solo, it's a tough look.
No, yeah.
Oh, that's a
terrible
never.
look.
I would never go to a Hooters solo because I mean that's
tough.
That's not.
But
good.
But there was
I-
families in there.
I know
Yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah. I mean,
It was not what
I
I'd never been in before. I'd never been.
I'd bring Dom to a Hooters.
But would Holly
What?
be okay? Would Holly be okay?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what am I going to do with my son there? Like, what are we talking about? I'm just going to get some wings. I think you would get a kick out of it.
But if you said to Holly,
You
"Let's
know,
go to
you bring a
Hooters,"
little kid in there, they're going to make a big deal out of him. They're going to be like, "Oh, hi." You know, I think you would get a kick out of it.
yeah,
Might be
Hey,
bad.
babe, I'm going to go to Hooters for lunch today.
I'd be curious what Holly would say if you did say.
I'll
to her,
ask
I don't
her.
think
I'll
it's a
ask her.
good. I don't think it's something that you want to brag about. It's like
Well,
listen,
nobody's
who's-
no.
Who's
no-
bragging about it? I'm
Nobody's
when you're
like,
saying I'm
bragging.
going there, it's like you're like, oh, I'm going to Hooters.
Look, it's a good spot to watch the game. What bothers me is I would love to walk in. If I was alone today, I'd love to walk into Hooters and just sit at the bar, watch a game, and eat wings. It's tough to do that because it's
Young business mogul Robert James
Yeah.
Berger seen at the bar of local Hooters tipping
Yeah,
waitresses
I don't
profusely.
know, man. I don't think that should be a stigma. And let me tell you
It
something.
shouldn't.
Hooters would be a tremendous sponsor of the Billy and Dumb Show.
Let me tell
A
you something, man.
tremendous sponsor. Let me tell you.
Good
I'm not
God.
wrong. I'm not wrong there.
No, you're not. No, you're absolutely not.
Hey, they got John Daly.
I know.
Yeah, and that makes all the sense in the world. That's a great speaking of ads. Before we go on into our snake draft here, I would like to let you know that the Real and Dumb Show is brought to you by NASCAR. Because why would we not be brought to you by NASCAR, Mikey V? Circuit of the Americas, March 24th, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. First road course of the season, boys. First road course of the 2024 season. I know
You
you
ready for
are,
Talladega,
Michael.
baby?
Talladega.
We got Talladega on the books too,
Talladega.
but make sure to tune in on Sunday, March 21st at 24th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. Also, catch the new docu-series NASCAR Full Speed on Netflix. Get an in-depth look at some of your favorite drivers. Who are
By
your
the way,
favorite
watch
drivers,
a couple episodes of that. Very good.
I
Like
bet it
the full,
is.
it's like the full swing of NASCAR. It's very, very good.
Wow.
Very
So
good.
who are you looking forward to seeing at this race? What drivers are you looking forward to seeing?
Austin Dillon.
Go ahead, give me two more.
Harrison Burden.
Yeah,
Wow.
And then
Joey
those are the two
Logano.
main ones. Yeah, we could do. I mean, I have his jacket.
Yeah. Sure do.
I have his yellow jacket.
All right,
Yes,
boys.
yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you
Let's
Shout
go
out Pennzoil.
to our top 5 of the show. This is going to be our
By
snake
the way,
draft.
we got absolutely and destroyed in this last one, which I think Mikey had a list that was worthy of winning, but not to the extent that I mean, Bob, I thought your list was a little shoddy. I thought my list was okay. I don't think it was like amazing,
Of course you
but the fact that we got hammered, like we got absolute, like it wasn't even close. This one.
I think I like I
I
said
think
to
the
Bob,
wings and the sliders just put you over the edge.
I
that
thought
might have
that,
been,
see,
and then
I think it's
yeah.
the dumplings in the 5th
No,
round.
I don't know.
I think that the triple seafood play at the beginning.
banged them,
I think that was I'm not saying it's the wrong play, Bob. I'm just saying I just think people if you don't like seafood, your list is tough to get behind. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm trying. My dad called me. He said, your list was terrible. He said the same thing. Yeah.
A little retribution for Mr. Michael Berger there.
Yeah.
God love him.
He said your list was awful. I didn't think it was that bad. I'll
So
tell
who
you,
came in second though?
Joe
Because
came in
that's
second. I don't know for
Oh,
sure,
wow.
but I'm almost positive Joe came in second.
Yeah,
So
but Mikey, it was still a landslide when I looked at it. It
No,
was
but
crazy.
for purposes of draft order now,
but
Joe.
the bottom line is, look, you got to give credit where credit's due. Mike, and I said this to my dad, Mikey is a terrific drafter. He's very good. He's a very, very good drafter. He's also great at covering the NFL and NFL free agency. So if you need any NFL free agency concerns, Beardown Cuz on Twitter is your guy if you're not already following as is. But he's a very good drafter. Mikey, you got 3 wins. I got 1.
I got goose egg, man.
Joey
Yeah,
D's
you
got to
get off the schneid. You got to get off
the schneid. He's
Gotta get
got
off
to
the
get
schneid.
I almost did a promo for the top 5 when I was getting out of the hotel the other day, and Ticket heard it. And he's like,
I heard about
cannot
this.
put that up.
I
I
heard
was
about this.
basically like, I don't give a shit if you want to vote for me or not.
Yeah.
Just vote. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll
Mikey.
be the bad guy. Everybody needs a bad guy in this. Like I went off and Ticket's like, surely you can't put that up.
Yeah,
And I was like moments away from putting it up. So, but yeah,
Ticket-
no, to your point, I do need a dub in the worst way possible.
Ticket told me, he's like, you got to hear this promo that I heard Joe doing. Joe was like talking about his top 5. And then he was like, I don't give a shit about your opinion. He's like, talking to the fans, like not talking to us.
He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that.
Not at
He doesn't
all.
mean that. He gets
Everybody's
frustrated.
entitled to their own opinion, but my opinion is mine, and I'm gonna choose what I
I
like.
thought he was going to say my opinion. The only difference is my opinion's right.
I would never say that, Michael.
Yeah. What'd you
Never? Never?
Probably never.
Likely, probably never. Can I ask a question? What's in the box?
What's the
behind you that
glass?
says glass. I'm very curious.
Oh, that's gotta be
No,
expensive.
something crazy. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's a
Your
By the way,
reaction is kind of telling me it may
Stop.
be something crazy.
What
What
is
is
And
it?
spun, Michael.
But I'll
So
tell you
what is
this. It's a mirror.
Oh, okay.
It's a mirror. The downstairs, the man
Big old
cave.
box for a mirror, Joe.
John Gotti's mirror. I was hand delivered.
Yeah, the best is how much he laughs at his own jokes.
If you-
I can't
good.
stop.
If
you
he-
give him the first laugh,
Oh,
forget it. It
it's
sets
so-
off a tidal wave. It's a tidal wave.
You
so
know what?
good.
You know what? There's like a video on Pop the Sports of when he cracks a joke one time, and he's like a puppy dog. Like he sees all three of us laughing at his joke, and he looks around and he starts laughing. He's like so happy.
I tell you though, when he starts going though, then that makes me laugh harder. And
Oh,
then he
for
laughs.
sure.
I mean, and then it's just like stomach cramps. It's
It's
so
the
bad, bro.
best.
I never laugh as hard as I do when all of us are laughing like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
so
it's
bad,
special.
bro. It's
Best.
so bad.
I can't wait
So
for
bad.
Talladega to the other boys. It's
How
gonna
about
be
New
great.
York?
New
New York, Talladega.
Talladega,
Why
Unique
not?
New York. Unique
I
New
can't
York.
wait to get the band back together. It's gonna be unbelievable.
You got to call and apologize for that Carbone thing, man. We
How
got.
many fuck? Come on, Mikey.
We need to.
Mikey,
yeah, no,
come
we,
on,
let's
man,
not.
bro.
I'm
I-
saying
let's
if
not
we're gonna
put it
ask
that
for
way.
a
It's
six,
By the
like-
way,
it's like-
you want to really call
I-
a spade a spade. If Joe's got the pull, we should be able to get in Carbone no
well,
matter
no,
what.
No,
it's tainted
I
his
fucked that
opportunity,
up.
his
I fucked
relationship
that
How
up.
now.
bad was it?
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. It was like
You don't
last
even
second,
know what
Michael.
happened. You don't know.
I heard it was very bad.
It was bad. It was bad. Do you want me
Oh,
to?
I
I-
had
the
to-
only-
All right, so let me just run through the series of events. A favor was called in to get a table at
Yes.
the Vegas Carbone.
Yes.
Do you want me to call?
Okay.
Just call
And
him.
then-
He'll answer. Pez will answer.
Can you hear me? You're live on the Brilliant Dumb Show right now. We got a question for you. In your mind, what took place with the Carbone debacle, and am I from the restaurant?
You canceled the reservation. What week was it? Was it Super Bowl week?
Oh,
No, it wasn't Super Bowl week. That's not true. That's not true. It wasn't Super Bowl week.
no. It was UFC.
Restaurant was like 60% closed for renovations. They got you in
He called a massive favor.
because they couldn't add another person. That's what happened.
First off, it wasn't Super Bowl week. It was the UFC. It was the UFC. But
It was a big one.
Remember everyone being in Vegas for something.
and
F1.
F1. Oh,
God. An international affair.
oh,
Fuzzy.
no.
The restaurant was closed for like 60% of the restaurant was closed for
It
renovation.
was bad.
I begged them to let you in. Within like 5 minutes, you're like, "Hey, can they add another person?" And they're like, "Hey, the person."
But let me ask you this though, Cuzzy.
But you might be okay in Miami and New York.
But did I not when it
Oh,
did
New
I
York,
not
we might be
feel
okay.
really, really bad when it happened? I went full I felt terrible.
It would be like you canceling right last minute up like you did.
Oh,
Oh,
Not Las Vegas. I mean, not Los Angeles Rams. New York City Rams.
yeah.
oh.
All right, Cuzzy. Well, thanks. Joe's
Well, tell
probably,
me you need a reservation, Bob.
Cutsy's gonna reach out to see about a possible reservation if we can reach out.
What a terrible segue.
9.4 rating.
Yeah. He said your name's good there, Joe. He's been
Oh, good.
Good.
okay.
good.
All right. Well,
All right,
We're
Cuzzy,
back.
Yeah, I think we are.
I'd love to revisit. And the good thing is, by the way, Mikey V will put it on his Twitter, which is really hot right now, that he's there.
As long as Mikey V puts it on his Twitter but doesn't retweet a fake Schefter post, we'll be
No. Thank you,
Penix,
Cuzzy. Thank you.
Penix to Metcalf.
Oh man, dude. Just an absolute.
That's a bullet. That's a stray. That's another. But you know what? Though? Thanks for following the program. We appreciate it.
That's
Thank
Oh,
you.
he listens religiously. He
That's
listens
good. I
religiously.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. By the way,
That was-
I knew about that Saquon move also. That was a good move. I like that.
The,
Oh, very nice move.
That was great, by the way, too. With Mikey with the Schefter thing, he was so certain. Usually, Mikey always knows. He's like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" And then he saw it, and then Mikey goes, "He goes,
That's
that
true.
happens. That happens."
No, but did you see the article I sent? How many real
Metcalf.
reporters retweeted that? There was like
Oh.
a whole thing about it. I sent it,
Yeah.
of course, conveniently. You didn't see that. We know.
Yeah.
But it does sound like, in good news, we're green lit for Carbone, New York City.
It does sound, yeah. But
it
I'll
does
tell you
sound-
what.
Let me tell you too, that's a sensational restaurant.
But
I don't
Joe,
think-
you're gonna have to do that. I have
He'll-
no.
he'll
I
do it.
can't do that.
He'll do
I
it.
can't. Do
I'll reach out today.
He will. I have no fight for what I pulled. That was bad. That was really. I felt terrible.
Sounds bad.
You know what, too? He's a friend of ours. He was really pissed off, and that made it even that much worse. It was
And
tough.
he's looked out for us a lot over the
Sure.
years.
And by the way, I know this looks bad, but I take reservations very seriously. I show
As
up
you
on
should.
time.
As
I
you
really
should.
do. It's only fair to the restaurant. That was a big blunder. We're moving on here. We're doing our top 5 snake draft. Mikey V won. Last week's Joey D came in second. Mikey V, why don't you tell the folks what we're going to be getting this week, and then what pick you want in the snake draft this week?
Well, I mean, Bob, this was your top 5. I think you should introduce the top 5, and then I'll give the
Sure.
draft order.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Sure. My top 5 is going to be top 5 breakfast items. Now, let's have the committee dialogue on how this is going to work. My
Sure.
thing, it's going to be like something you get on the menu. It could be a side, like, if you go omelet, you don't have to do specific omelet, but you take omelet off the board. Are we okay with that? Are we all kind of in agreement
Yeah.
with that?
I
Yeah.
think
So
that's
again,
fair.
like we cannot do, like, if someone were to say, in theory, banana pancakes, that takes pancakes off the board.
I think you
completely.
just say pancakes.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay. I just
But,
want to
like,
make sure. Okay.
somebody
Like,
goes-
somebody's not going to say sesame seed bagel, and someone else could say
No, you
everything
just
else.
say, yeah. I
No.
think,
Okay.
I think it's,
Okay.
now the only
Okay.
exception is you can't just say eggs. You got to give a
I
specific,
agree.
because then you really get limited in terms
But
of how many
now
options you
we're
have.
getting into the weeds of, so if someone says scrambled eggs, can someone say sunny side up eggs?
Yeah,
No.
I think I would say
See?
I would
You
say
see?
omelets,
See? This is why we have to
Benedicts,
discuss this.
frittatas,
Sure,
different things like
you
that.
could go Benedict, but yeah, you can't do over easy egg and then
Yes.
scrambled
Yeah,
egg.
yeah.
I
agree,
think
agree.
if somebody takes omelet, egg, scrambled egg is off the board.
Yeah, I don't know. Scrambled eggs to me is not an omelet. I mean, that's very different.
What do you
Is it
think,
not?
Joe?
I think you
But
could
I
do
do think if
scrambled
you
and
say
then omelet.
scrambled,
You
I
can't
think
do
scrambled,
fried
I think
or poached.
I think if you say eggs, I think that should encompass scrambled, over easy, sunny side, any which way other than omelet style egg, non-frittata, non-Benedict.
I
So-
would just say,
so if
let's
we
not
go
do
omelet, you're
scrambled
okay?
eggs.
I'm
Let's
okay with omelet. Omelet's a different animal.
Yeah, I get that.
I would say style of eggs cooked. So you're not doing scrambled or fried or whatever. You're doing a variation. So like omelet, frittata, Benedict,
Sure.
Right.
You know, stuff
if
like
you
that.
if you take omelet, scrambled eggs off the board, I got a feeling
can
omelet's
re-
gonna go fast.
Could really go for some eggs here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of this.
Eggs is a great
All right,
item.
so order. I'm gonna take the one. I'm gonna take the one.
You're gonna take the one.
And then, but now second place was you, Bob,
Me.
or Joe?
It was me.
Joe.
All right, so Joe, I'm assuming you're gonna take 3.
3,
Not
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All
3.
right. All right. So I just gotta, because I like to write.
Oh, Joe, you're taking the 3? Okay.
Yeah,
That's probably a
there's
good
no way
play.
he was not going to take the 2, Bob.
Okay.
All right, number 1, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it right away. I'm going to take omelet because I think,
Wow.
because
First off,
The right
yeah,
play.
because omelet to me is, I know we're doing breakfast items, but omelet to me plays at any time. I could go into a diner at 8:00 at night and comfortably order an omelet. I love
fair enough.
omelets, and there's so much variation to omelet. I mean, everything you could do, cheese, meat, anything, omelet, give it to me. 1.
Yeah, I got no issue there. I got what I wanted. I got what I needed. You know where
Yeah,
I'm going.
yep, yep.
I may not even have to say it, and we can keep it moving. That's
Yeah,
how good
bagel,
I
we
feel
know.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah, bagel at 1.
Joe.
Joey
All
D,
right.
we head over to you.
Oh, back to back, Joe. Don't forget.
I'm going to go pancakes,
Sure.
Good play.
and then I'm going to come back on the way back And I am going to go with bacon.
Fuck, god damn it. I wanted that pick so bad.
Good start for Joe.
Oh man,
rock
dude.
solid,
I didn't
rock
think he was
solid
gonna
start
do
for
it.
Joe.
Really is. He needs a
I tell
dub
you
and-
what, I tell you what, that may be the end of this draft already. And I'm not
It's
even
just a 1-2, man.
If
That is
great
Joe
fun.
doesn't, if
1-2.
Joe doesn't completely go off the rails like he's been known to do sometimes and give me like Nova Scotian lock salmon or some shit, he will win this going away if he doesn't fuck it up. Bob. We're gonna have to get a, by the way, we're gonna have to talk about incorporating a clock.
a
eventually.
counter.
I don't think I've ever
No,
toyed with the clock.
no, you haven't. I'm just saying in general, I think
Oh, I
we're
agree.
going to get to a point where we're going to need a clock. And
I
I'll
agree.
install one right on the wall with a buzzer in the man cave.
I'm gonna go such a great pick by Joe, man. I didn't think he was gonna do the bacon. I'm gonna go eggs Benny.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me eggs Benny at 2.
Michael's got 2 big picks now.
Yeah, very big picks.
These are huge.
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 All right. I'm going to take French toast.
Oh, that's a great pick.
I'm going to take French toast, and then I'm going to take Taylor ham, or you could call it pork roll, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to take Taylor ham.
I love Taylor. First off, I love that you said Taylor ham instead of pork roll. I don't like that. I think you could have gotten that in the 5th round easy, Mikey.
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
going
Bob,
to
this is
go,
a big pick for you too.
I'm going to go with the breakfast burrito at 3.
That's a very good pick, Bob. It's a very, very good pick.
Thank you,
All right.
Joseph.
I am going to go now. This is where it gets very interesting.
Oh, power 1-2 from Joey D out of the gate that I don't think we saw coming. That's tough.
I haven't recovered from that.
I am going to go hash browns.
This guy's killing me, man. This guy's absolutely fucking killing
And
me.
then on the way back, I'm going to go with biscuits.
Oh, that is a good one.
I'll
bro.
tell you what,
That
man.
is out of left field.
You
but that is
gotta,
good. It
you
might be
gotta
over.
give,
I think it's over, man.
you
I
gotta
think it's
give
over.
credit where credit's due.
Biscuits in the 4th round.
Joey D is coming out fucking
Yeah.
swinging.
I have to.
right now,
I
dude.
absolutely have to.
This
He
is
is
a
coming
this is a
out.
master. This is a master class.
Oh, what a display from
This
this
is his.
guy
This
today.
is Joe's. This is Joe's Mona Lisa.
He needed it, and he may
He
get
sure
it.
did. Sure did.
I was hoping to get the hash brown. He took that from me too. I'm gonna go with mimosa in my 4. I'm gonna snag the mimosa.
You know what? The fact that you did that opens my door now, because I was going to ask if it was a play. I'm going to take coffee.
Oh
my God. I'm going to take coffee, and
Yeah.
maybe that'll bring me a little bit of juice back here. And then last, are we doing honorable mentions today, or are we just
No,
going?
I
No.
think the honorable mentions
Are done. Okay.
I think so.
Oh, this is a big pick for me then. All right.
Oh my God, I can't believe you got coffee.
Yeah.
That's a huge one.
Yeah.
This
You know
is
what?
a
You
massive
know what?
last
I'm
pick.
gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Maybe people won't like it, but I'm gonna go with it. Give me the waffle. I'll take a waffle.
That's a very good pick.
I'll take waffle at 5.
That's a good pick, Michael.
Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah, I had that too. As much as I want to say Bloody Mary, I don't like Bloody Marys, so it's too tomatoey, so I can't even do that because I would be lying. Man.
I got 2 potential really good last picks here too.
Yeah,
I don't think you need it, to be honest. I mean,
I don't either.
I would go very conservative. I'd go a day 1 plug starter. I wouldn't try and go for a high ceiling guy here.
I got sausage at 5.
Good pick.
Sausage at 5.
Good pick. Links or patties?
I think he gets both.
It's a fair question.
It's a very fair question.
This guy's such a clown, dude.
Fuck off, Bob. I'm a clown. Fucking guy's life revolves around food. I'm saying links or patties. It's a
Yo,
fair
by the
question.
I'm
way,
gonna
Joe-
go with the last pick of the draft. I'm gonna go with cereal.
Holy
This guy
shit.
just put together a
Yeah,
massive.
he just
This
fucking-
guy
That is the end. That is
just
the
put
end.
together.
Bob, we're playing for second place, bro.
Let's
That's
clap it up. Let's clap it
Yeah.
up for Joey
Yeah,
D.
yeah,
He
good
just
job.
I
put
needed to
on
get on the
an
board, man.
absolute
Good
match.
job, good
Now
job.
look, there's
You see what
chance-
happens when you actually try, Joe, and pay attention? You
I was
see?
ready for this one.
Yeah,
I was
no
really
shit.
ready for
no
this
shit.
one.
We
Yeah,
need
the
that type
days-
of preparation every week.
The
That was
days
impressive.
of prepping during the show, this should show you, Joey D. Those got to be over. I mean, you put together a list like
Dude,
that.
list is insane, bro.
It's
I
Joe,
got-
go through your list again.
So first slot, I got pancakes. I came back with bacon. Then I went with hash browns. I got
Oh.
biscuits and
Oh.
then cereal.
I mean, it is a carb
Just-
heavy list, but I mean, let's be honest. That's what plays at breakfast.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you're not trying to cater. You got to go. I still believe that the best way to do it, you have to go with the best available play. You're not assembling a team. You're
Yeah.
going with the best power punches that you see on the board. I think it's absolutely incredible. Time will tell. I got bagel, eggs Benedict, breakfast burrito, mimosa, sausage, which I don't think is a bad list at
It's
all.
a good list. I
No.
mean, we're playing for second place though, Bob. We're
Mikey
playing for
B,
second.
take it away.
Omelets, French toast, Taylor ham, coffee, and waffles.
The
I think
coffee's
if you-
huge.
If you take the Taylor ham out and put something else, you could have got Taylor ham at 5, no problem.
But like in that spot in the third round, there was just like
Nobody
the
said
back to-
fresh fruit either.
back
Fresh
to
fruit there would
Joe's
have been really
Joe's
good.
back-to-back pancake bacon play was like my Randy Moss Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, that is just it's just
That
a power
you
play.
can't over that it's over. Once
You
he
might
did
think
it
that
was over.
that with the third spot might be the greatest spot because you're getting two hammers in the top 4 picks.
Well, I think like Bob said, with like sports, sometimes it's like if there's a hands down goat that
Like
it's-
Jordan,
then
yeah.
you want the number one. But in this scenario, third might have been the better spot. But I just never would have expected pancakes, bacon back to back. It was just great. It's
for
master
you, Joe. Proud
Can't
of you.
debate it.
I really am. I thought you really
We'll
put
see what the
something
people
together
think.
there. Yeah, by the way, just a total side note before we close the show. I found this on Postmates last night, and one of the beauties of moving to Jupiter, and it's going to be a problem.
Guys breaking my balls about links or patties, but here we Postmates last night. This is a story about food. Go ahead, Bob.
Dairy Queen, not far by. I don't think there's anything better than just the
By the way,
standard classic
for this
Blizzard.
month, Bob, for the next 2-3 weeks, $1 for a small blizzard.
Dude, I
Whoa.
want it. And
Oh yeah,
It's
Oh,
it's so
my.
it's
That's a
so
problem.
much.
Bob,
Now that's a problem.
for
though.
one single dollar, you will get a small blizzard.
Did you go already? Did you start?
No,
or
I saw it on Instagram.
No, I'm talking Bob.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
one
I'm
last
sure
night.
he did.
I had it last night.
Chocolate base.
You know me, baby. You know me. Yeah. This guy, I mean, to see this guy show up to the door with just the blizzard in his hand and it's like kind of melted. Like as he's driving over, he's like, this guy, I didn't want to see him. I told him just to leave it at the door.
Didn't want to see how big of a piece of shit you were.
Yeah,
Now you got to go with the expedited. You're paying extra all the way.
Oh,
Because
always.
you cannot be in the queue.
This
with
is a guy who paid for dry ice.
Sure.
Yeah, you got it. If you're doing any order with that, at least for Postmates, they'll bet if you don't do priority now, they'll have one stop along the way, even if it's a minute
Hey,
away.
Joe, listen. If you got a John Gotti mirror, you sure as hell could get the dry ice with your
Oh,
blizzard
man.
delivered to your door.
The mirror might have came in dry ice delivered straight from Gotti. It's like
guys-
the Han Solo when he comes out of the painting
in the
and it's
carbonite.
so-
in the carbonite.
Bob wouldn't know what that is because he never watched
No
Star
idea.
Wars.
No idea.
You
Yeah, it
guys
wasn't
are-
for him.
You
Wasn't
guys
for
are
him.
obnoxious. You guys are absolutely, truly obnoxious.
Bob, I'm bringing this shirt to the
Please
shirt to
do.
the court.
Please
a
do.
great
That'll
shirt.
that'll be really
Great
nice.
shirt.
I didn't buy a ticket to golf, but you know,
It
what does
won't
that mean?
show.
No, we love them, fellas. I love you dearly. I hate you, but I fucking
Another
love you to
banger
death.
episode.
Another banger episode. Let's clap it up for us. Let's clap it up for us. For us. Make sure you subscribe to the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Join the movement. Join the program. We're rocking and rolling. You got Mikey V on the AI thumbnails now, which has been terrific. Joey D, masterclass of a top 5 today. That does it. Another edition, the Brilliantly Dumb Show. We'll see you next time.